Public apology and clarification from David Wilcock regarding Gaia Inc. False statements, assumptions, and conclusions have been circulating regarding Gaia and my resignation from Gaia that I want to correct. To date, I deliberately refrained from commenting on any of this until Gaia and I had a chance to discuss how we would collectively handle it. It has taken time to do this, but I now feel comfortable moving forward to clarify the story to ensure that Gaia is vindicated from these accusations. As you may be aware, a letter circulated online beginning on July 6, 2018, which was claimed to be a copy of my contract non-renewal email to Gaia. This letter was taken out of context by some in our community who made sweeping conclusions about what it said, and turned them into malicious accusations they directed against Gaia. These accusations are false and without merit. Given such, I apologize to Gaia, its employees, and the entire Gaia community, as I would never intend to disparage Gaia. The letter appeared online following a series of hateful and false allegations against Gaia from an alleged Gaia employee movement, or GEM, including a petition on Change.org and other writings which have since been proven to be false. I do not know who GEM was, and I have no evidence of who they may be. As far as I suspect, there are no employees within Gaia who are involved in this, or who had anything to do with it. The true source of the attack, as well as the motive for why this was done, still remains elusive to me. While I had and have nothing to do with the alleged GEM, let me be clear that the GEM posts were loaded with mean-spirited and false accusations. I strongly believe these posts were replete with willful lies and fabrications. After these posts started appearing in May 2018, I began receiving many angry letters, comments, and public attacks. Based on the hostility directed at me online and the threat of a lawsuit against Gaia and me from Corey Good, which is repeatedly referred to in the leaked letter circulated online as a legal matter that I did not want to get drawn into the middle of, I decided to stop going to work and eventually to not renew my contract with Gaia. This decision was difficult for me as I dedicated 5.5 years of my life's work to create meaningful content to share with our community. The letter circulated online contained many topics. I would never have wanted such a thing to be made public and to cause any issues for Gaia. Anyone who read this letter online did not know or understand why various things may have been said. None of this should ever have been made public, but since it now has, it is important that I clarify a variety of issues that many people have already jumped to conclusions about. Certain misunderstandings arose from content in the first season of Ancient Civilizations, which presented an analysis of Gnostic texts, such as from the Nag Hammadi scrolls. Various scholars have interpreted these texts in different ways, and some of those interpretations were discussed in the show. I do believe it is important that we have freedom of speech, and I articulated my own spiritual and philosophical views in 5.5 years worth of weekly episodes of Wisdom Teachings, as well as in other programs. Gaia allowed me to express what I wanted in 276 episodes of Wisdom Teachings, and I thank them for that. It is a legitimate academic pursuit to discuss Gnosticism, the Nag Hammadi texts and the various interpretations of them. This does not mean that I believe Gaia is supporting a Luciferian agenda. This was one key area in which the people who read and discuss the letter circulated online were not seeing things from my perspective. Another issue concerns Emery Smith and other insiders I interviewed for Gaia. It was very obvious to me that a powerful group was violently resisting the work I was doing with Gaia on cosmic disclosure. There were incredibly malicious and slanderous attacks being made online against me, my various insiders and Gaia, by what I refer to as the Dark Alliance. This included personal death threats I received in July 2017, warning that if I continued working as the host of Cosmic Disclosure, I would be killed. I encouraged Emery Smith to come forward as a guest on Cosmic Disclosure despite threats he had received. I believed that he would not be safe unless he did so, as publicity is protection. A series of very violent and suspicious events occurred soon after he decided to come forward on Gaia. These and other incidents were extensively documented in articles I wrote on my website, divinecosmos.com. It was not Gaia's fault that Emery went through these threats and violent incidents. Gaia was bravely giving Emery a platform to get his message out, and continues to do so. Some folks misconstrued the statements in the letter circulated online to imply that Gaia was responsible for what had happened to Emery. This is not true. We all stepped up and did the best we could to help him, including many of you who participated in fundraisers. Now I hope you can see that we were all suffering threats and damage from a common adversary. This same adversary may very well have had something to do with the gem posts and the leaking of the letter circulated online as well. In no way was Gaia aiding and abetting the cabal, or whatever we choose to call our shared adversary. By working together to get this content out, we were all doing our best to make the world a brighter and happier place, with greater freedom for all, and to fight for the release of suppressed technology and information. Gaia also was responsive to a concern I had raised in the past when a content-employee relationship was not working out for the mutual benefit of all involved, and a change was made upon my direct request. Some people online assumed that I had no power in any situations that were not to my liking, and again this was a major untruth that was not rooted in fact. Lastly, in the letter circulated online I appeared to say that 43% of the entire Gaia audience was watching my shows. As it says on the Gaia site at https://www.gaia.com/Gaia updates, less than 3% of our members watch primarily any single series. Taken together, the threats and attacks we collectively went through all appeared to be a coordinated operation from a force outside of Gaia or its employee base. This force's agenda was almost certainly to divide and conquer. Moreover, notwithstanding the fact that I believed my co-hosts and I were being paid well by Gaia for cosmic disclosure, the continuum of the outside hostility contributed to my decision to leave Gaia. These various incidents, including the leaking of the letter circulated online, were very effective in destroying the good faith and the relationships that Gaia and I had built, for over 5 years. It also severely attacked everyone's credibility and caused our own public to turn on us, having no idea what was going on. I do understand that the way we can truly shed light on these issues is by making a public clarification and apology, as I have done above. It is my sincere hope that everyone appreciates the fact that I still support Gaia, the work that I did there and the work that Gaia and I created. I will continue directing my audience back to the 5.5 years worth of work that we co-created there, as I stand behind its integrity and value 100%. Thank you for reading this and helping do your part to prevent our adversaries from attempting to splinter us and destroy the Seeking Truth movement. I will continue forward with my work to expose the true root of the problems we are facing in the world today, and I feel that Gaia is playing a critical role in our progress towards full disclosure. David Wilcock.